What up, though? Your boy Thesaurus here, back with another final table. On the right-hand side of the screen, we're in the $22 buy-in, 8K guaranteed 8 max tournament on ACR. On the left-hand side of the screen, we're actually down to the final two tables of the $21 buy-in, 5K guaranteed Hyper Turbo. It's their first time actually running the tournament, and we're running pretty well in it so far. We're going to fold the 5-9 suited. We have about 11 big blinds right now. And in the final table, we are 7-handed. We are heads up with top pair with the king queen off. Broke dog pocket threes to our left, who is the second biggest stack of the tournament, is also someone who is, I guess, a bit of maybe a Thesaurus fan or follows me on social media and whatnot. So shout out to him and what up, and good luck to him. Let's see, a little over $1,700 up first for this thing, $1,784 for first. Min cash right now with 7 left is $302. Now that somebody has busted, I'm just going to go ahead and fold the 8-9 off, and it looks like we might have another player go out here, hopefully, because this guy pretty much has to call against a 6 big blind shove. Ace queen, so hopefully an ace spikes or a club, or an ace or a club, but neither of those happen. And we are still 7-handed. Going to fold the 3-4. We're about to maybe be down to, we're already down to 16 players in the Hyper Turbo, which is going to go pretty quickly. I'm going to fold the queen 9 off in the cutoff with 24 bigs on the final table over here. Next pay jump is a little over 90 bucks. We're up to 395 for the next pay jump, so not bad. We are in the profit for the day on this fine Sunday. Actually just cashed a live Venetian tournament earlier today. Busted with the king jack of clubs against a guy who made a horrendous call off with 5-3 of spades for an 11 big blind shove. The guy opened, and then I shoved my last 11 bigs, and he called pretty quickly with the 5-3 of spades. And it's not like he had some sort of massive pile of chips or anything like that. He actually didn't really have much going. I'm going to fold the ace-6. Blinds are way too valuable for me to want to invest one with. It's unfortunate we flop top pair and have the backdoor hearts. Folding the 7-9 of spades too. Yeah, you can make a case maybe for defending the ace-6, but I don't really like it, especially when I only have 10 bigs. And now we get a bet and an all-in, so we are probably going to get a call because of the size of the pot, I would assume. Maybe not, though. People play this thing really strange. I'm going to fold the ace-6 offsuit in the low jack, 7-handed. I mean, this guy should be calling with any 2 over. That's just mind-blowing to me. We're down to 16 anyways. We are 11th out of 16. That sucks that I have a hand so bad when this guy has so few chips. Thankfully, we get a shove under the gun, because otherwise I probably would have had to shove, considering how tight this guy plays here in the big blind. I probably would have just shoved any 2 against him. I think it's probably the correct play, even though he only had, 6 big blinds at the time. We now have 7 big blinds on the button. Oh, here we go. Wow, he spikes a 3-outer with the king-queen against ace-king. That was $100. Well, we're shoving the ace-5 off on the button. Obviously, 100% of the time we're shoving an ace with 7 bigs. That was an unfortunate 3-outer for us that cost us a nice little laddering here on the final table. King-queen against the ace-king as the guy flops a queen, as you can see. I'm assuming all the money went in pre. Most likely. Probably. It seems like there was only, it's like less than 25 big blind pot. So I'm assuming the money went in pre. And we're going to fold the 4-9. King 7 in the blind. Not exactly thrilled. I'll just be folding to anybody who wants to open. I'm going to fold the 3-4 of diamonds as well. I think, we're still at 16. Pay jump coming once we get down to 15 players. That's what I was if we were still at 16. Hopefully not after this hand. Yeah, there we go. We're going to fold the king 7 off to the shove. 15 big blind shove. Not too familiar with anybody on the final table. There we go. Now we're down to 15 left in the Hyper Turbo. Not too familiar with anybody really on the final table. We don't have a ton of history really with anybody. Don't have over 1,000 hands or even 1,000 hands with anyone on the table, which could be good and bad. I mean, one, we don't really have like much of a line on anybody's play, but they may have preconceived notions about us if they are in fact like longtime players of the site or something like that. So it still could be something exploitable if people decide that maybe I'm the guy to, I don't know, attack more when I'm opening or something like that. It doesn't really seem that way. I feel like I've opened 2 or 3 times on the final table so far and gotten them all through. I'm going to fold this queen 9 off with my 9 big blinds, which is actually, I had the big blinds sitting out there, which is why I thought about it. Anyways, I would definitely fold the king 5 under the gun. I was going to say I would definitely open the king 9 of diamonds on the button if no one beats me to it. But this guy, king, queen, beat me to it. Nice wordplay on the name there, king, queen. Like queen, king. Get it, guys? Shout out to Yokan for the new pen. Staying extra dabbed while I'm playing these sessions, because that's the way that things go. 2 for 2 in my last 2 Venetian live birds, the 2 super stacks. Really good tournaments that they run down there, obviously, as most of you should probably know if you are at all familiar with playing tournament poker in Vegas. Folding queen 5 offsuit is something you should also be pretty familiar with as a standard snap decision if you've ever played live in your entire life. Ugh, this sucks to have a hand like this bad. Probably just going to fold, to be honest. I don't really like ripping. I don't know. He's a good player, so he's definitely going to call us off wider than the majority of the table will. And fuck all that. Just going to fold this king 4 as well, even if it folds to me. I know it seems a little bit tight, but now it doesn't seem tight at all. It seems 100% standard. Really just one double up away from putting ourselves in a good spot to final table this thing, just because of stack sizes and the fact that not a lot of people know how to play these hypers very well. I feel more comfortable or experienced than I would say the majority of the remaining field. At least there's a couple of regs left in this thing, but they are also such a crapshoot once you get to this stage of the hyper turbo. So it's really just about picking your shove and reshove spots well, and I feel like I picked my spots pretty well. I've been told that I have good turbo success on this site, so let's continue that trend. We fold the a7 over here that I was definitely going to open with, but we get a shove, so I'm hoping somebody decides to call behind. 14 bigs. We're definitely shoving our pocket tens no matter what takes place in front of us, whether it's a raise to 320k, and we just have to win some type of lopsided situation, which is what I'm hoping for. Hopefully he has a pair of 4s or something. Yeah, 6s, see? Just like that. Easy game, right? Yeah, thankfully he didn't have 4s. And boom, now we have doubled. We have put ourselves at 5th in chips with 13 players left. And another pay jump coming at 12 left. Only like a $30 pay jump, but whatever. Every dollar counts at this stage of these tourneys. And I would really like to make a reasonable amount of money today, especially considering how frustrating it was busting that Venetian tournament to 5 high. I was really hoping to have a nice, long, productive day of live poker, but instead I raced home, late regged a whole bunch of stuff online, and now here we are profiting on Sunday, which is pretty awesome too. So I guess all in all today, shout out to Ice Cube. It was a good day. 7-6 off. Probably just going to give a walk to Duke Queen. Well, we would have just maybe given him a walk, or I might have limped, but we'd probably just give him the walk there. He cool. Let's get nice. Ace King just calls over here on the final table, and we are now 6-handed. 395 is the min cash. I will pull up the old replay so you guys can see, because I was paying more attention to something else. All the money went in on the turn, which is a pretty awesome call off by Ace King, to be honest. But yeah, let's get it. Oh, we don't have a bust over here. Duke Queen doubles up with the King 9 against the Queen Jack. Pull that one up since we're folding the Queen Deuce anyways. But there you see the all-in from the small blind, the call. Pretty snap standard situation from both. I ain't hating on either of those plays. They cool by me. Let's go. Ace ball. Ugh, running hearts. I was going to say, we would have just got our money jump, but runner strikes again. These things happen. Runner happens. think we're going to get our pay jump very shortly regardless because this guy has no chips whatsoever, basically. This guy's really short. There's a couple of the shorties over here. This guy's really short. We have another opening all in, which is awesome. Let's see what happens. We have a nice, healthy reshove stack over here, six-handed on this final table. King 4, there we go. There's another pay jump for us. Up to 112 min cash now. We're going to fold the King 7 in the blind. This guy hasn't done anything too crazy out of line to this point of the tournament. I'm going to shove the Jack 9, that's for sure. And we get it through. Could be double final tabling very shortly here. And we'll just ride this out until break. Hopefully we get there. I'm only going to be limping here because this is my birthday hand, 7/5, July 5th. And since this guy seems rather chill, I feel like he's not going to raise me too light. So we at least get to take a flop, which I'm okay with, even though we bricked it. Got a 3-card straight. And an open-ender, which is kind of interesting. I think I should probably bet. Might as well see it for my price instead of having him like half pot the turn or something like that. Even with air, there's a chance we can just take it down here. Or, yeah, we just brick. Does he actually have a pair, though, is the question. Can we just take the pot down here? I'm just going to surrender. I don't think he's folding a 4, which is something he very easily could have called with. He could have a club draw, too, but he could even have a 6, to be honest. I don't think he has a jack or a 6. But obviously with 7 high, not only is there a lack of any kind of showdown value there, but we just, I mean, we could have breathed. It looks like we probably could have bet more in the pot. Unless he's thinking of value betting a 4 or like way over tanking. Next pay jump is $125 up to 520, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, he decides to go with a small sizing, which means that he probably had a 6, to be honest. He's thinking about showing right now, so yeah. Nice hand, that's cool. Ooh, we got 2 queens over here on the Hyper Turbo. Hand for the final table. I won't be folding no matter what the scenario is in front of me. I'm just going to hope that we get a full double out of it, or just bust this guy and get to the final table with the pile, you know? Let's get it. No nonsense. Red. Nice. And we're on double final tables. Let's go. What's going on? There it is. Are we chipped? No, we're second in chips, which I'm still super cool with. And we're going to fold the 10-3 of diamonds. I'm going to put a little post out there. Okay. Hyper. Table. Final table. Double final table again, huh, guys? Seems to be happening kind of often. Wow, is this just an open rip? It probably would have been, but now it's not. Just going to fold the ace-6 of clubs. And hashtag 2 times. Let's go. Trying to make today, you know, profitable, productive, all of these good things. There we go. We get a player to bust out. We've just laddered up a spot in the Hyper Turbo. We are now 8-handed. 184 is the min cash now over here. 395 is the min cash over here on the other table. And we're looking at a good 400 or 500 in profit today, which is really cool. Actually, this is all free roll, so yeah. We are looking at almost 6 in profit today. That's awesome. Because we got 4th earlier today in the, what's it called? 3K Super Stack Turbo. The next pay jump is going to be about 50 bucks in this one. And as I said, 125 in this one, up to 520 bucks. Really would like to find a nice spot to double. I have kind of clammed up on this final table. There's maybe 1 or 2 spots where I might have been able to open, but decided not to. I'm going to fold this hand for sure. Really just looking for a hand I can jam with right now, and hopefully it's strong enough to come over the top of someone who opens, because then we can just pad our stack all that much more. I'll just limp here against this guy. I'm not trying to do anything too wild or reckless. He only folds to a steal about half the time anyways. But not only that, I'm not trying to build some wild, absurd image or anything like that at this point in the tournament. And if he wants to raise, I think it's an easy fold for me. And I don't think he'll be raising me too light. It's a decent enough flop to lead. Eyeball. Ooh. It's too good a turn to stop betting. Gonna bet again, a little less than half pot. Try to see it for our price. Hopefully get a fold out of a 4 or a 10 anyways, but if we don't, I might have to consider jamming river. If we don't get there, if it just like bricks off a 7 or something like that. Ooh, king jack. I was gonna say I might even just be opening min there. Ooh, I don't like the call. 9 ball. I don't like that either. Fucking dick. Alright, man. I guess, do I just rip here and hope that I get a fold? I'm just gonna surrender. I don't like it. Yeah, I knew he had just a 10. I knew it. Well, he folds if he doesn't have the jack in his hand. Just like I'm gonna fold this ace-6. Pretty tight, but the big stacks behind me, I'm not trying to play for... I mean, I have the second biggest stack. There's no reason... I don't want to open min with 11 big blinds. God, now I have 6 big blinds in this goddamn thing, and I gotta fold. Let's get a call here so I can at least ladder up another spot. If I just rip river there, I win the pot, for sure. I definitely should have just ripped river. He did have a 10, I was right, but I just didn't, I mean, I don't know. There's a chance that he even tries to look me up and be a hero. Knowing that, I mean, whatever, it sounds fucking stupid or whatever, but, I mean, he can then kind of needle me and bust the Saurus from the tournament or whatever the fuck the case may be. I just hope that someone else goes busto before me. Or, oh, there we go. Let's get a call here. Yeah, he's never calling. I just need to find my double up hand is what I need to do. I need to stop worrying about all these other guys and find my double up hand. And with 6 big blinds, it better come under the gun. I'll tell you that much. Let's get a shove and a call. Please. I'd gladly take a shove and a call right now. Oh, sick. We got another bust out over here on the Hyper Turbo final table. And we are now 7-handed. And we don't get our hand under the gun, which really sucks. Pretty much got to pick up something playable or semi-playable this orbit and just gamble and get it in. Hopefully someone's willing to shove, reshove, and call off before that even happens, though. So that I can cushion my day a little further, you know? Let's get it, man. Fucking 10 deuce. Not the hand. King 8 offsuit. Not really a great hand either, but if it does fold to me, I'll be shoving against the big blind. Yeah, we just have to fold now. Okay, hopefully we lose another player here. 10s hold. Yep, top set's always great. And we have to fold the 10 deuce of hearts. Well, we're now 6-handed in this one and looking at a 313 min cash. Next pay jump will be over $100. If it folds to us, we will be shoving. I think I'll probably be gambling with this hand. Looks like I'm going to fold now. The 3s, but I think I'm probably going to... Yeah, we're just going to... It's so brutal. I'm just going to gamble here with the King 9 of diamonds because I only have 5 big blinds. There's a chance that we're live, maybe even slightly ahead of something like that exact hand. And we flop a nice little miracle, and we're right back in it. Let's go. Flop the world. Wasn't expecting to be that ahead. But I knew there was worse hands that could be open calling off there, like Queen Jack, Queen 10, Jack 10, Jack 9. Didn't expect to see Queen 9 suited, but I'm stoked. Let's go. 10 bigs, we're back in this bitch, and we're folding the 10-8 offsuit. And it looks like we've jumped up another spot here in the Hyper Turbo. We're now 5-handed. I was going to say that would suck if this guy shoved because I would have to call, even though I have 10-3 off. He has 2 big blinds. We're just going to, let's see, we're at 418 min cash there now. $120 pay jump is next. I'm really hoping that this guy will bust before I do. I mean, you would assume that he would, given how short his stack is. I'm just hoping. It sucks. I have to be the one to get in against him with a 10 and a 4 unless someone opens and beats me to it. Thank you for doing that. Now just bust that guy. He has to call. Queen 8. Okay. Ace or a jack would be good. Oh, not a jack. That's so trash. That was a $120 river card for us. Theoretically. I'm still going to come back and win this tournament, and that guy's still going to go bust before me. So it's all good. But, yeah. Making a little bit of money today. Can't really complain. I'm going to fold. I know it's on the tighter side, but we've got this 5 big blind stack behind us. I know it's only 120 bucks. We also have this situation here exactly which presents itself where maybe we get a call off from the small blind. He probably would have called my jam anyways and would have had us in relatively bad shape. That is never a fold. Let's get the king queen in there. Hope for the best. I'd even be happy with just taking down blinds and antes, obviously. Okay, I'll take a flip and I'll win a flip. Yep, pink. Stay clean. Oh, it's so stupid, man. Fucking bullshit river card. Well, 418 bucks. 5th place. Stupid fucking 2-outer. Oh, it's so annoying. GG. Go fuck yourself. Alright, final table here. Gotta win this one now. Oh, it's so annoying to fucking get rivered like that. I knew I was going to flop the winning side of the flip. I didn't think that I was going to get river slime bagged. Oh, it's nice to see this 8 big blind stack over here, though, because that's going to be a potential $120 jump for us again when he goes bust. Like right now, for instance. I mean, if it goes open and he jams, I'm going to ISO behind. If it goes open from anyone else and he folds, I'm hoping he just jams here. Yeah, I'm still jamming. Like, there's just absolutely no way around it. I always have the best hand here. Maybe get called by a worse ace, or I just take down blinds and accumulate a little bit more. Let's get it. And we're going to limp here. We've been able to get away with a couple of these. Middle pair, which is probably the best hand, but I'm going to check it over. Don't want to inflate the pot. We definitely have the best hand, so I'm going to go ahead and bet. Yeah, we're going to check, and maybe he's going to put in a small bet. I don't think he will, but we're not going to get called by many worse hands, and whatever. There's no need to get out of line or anything like that. We're now basically even with his stack now, too, which is awesome. Pick up a little maneuverability. Clearly, we're going to be opening here if we get the opportunity to. Not even tripping. Let's get a call or a shove behind. Or a shove behind and a snap call behind that. Let's get those. That sucks. He gets closer to the 10 big blind mark. We're going to fold the ace deuce. Someone call him this time. Someone's got to look him up eventually. The thing about all ins is every one of them is good until the last one, you know? This one, for instance, he's going to get... Wow. I was hopeful there. I really was. So we have to fold that, but we're not on the button. I might have considered opening from the cutoff too. I would definitely raise from the blind with it. Just shove. Shove call, shove call, shove call. There we go. Do you actually have a hand 3 times in a row? Too fancy? Yes. Nice. King 10, King 10, King 9. Ooh. Okay, well he goes to the short stack now. These things happen. Unfortunately, we have to fold this hand too. Not enough chips to open with it. Wow, and just like that, Too Fancy has crawled his way back in. Might as well, I'll just wait to do that after. 3 final tables for the day. 13 tournaments total, 5 cashes. Yeah, pretty decent profit. Plus, we also had that live cash for these here Venetian chips. We're going to go fire some live cash tomorrow at the Venetian since they have this little high hand special going. And Venetian actually has a bad beat jackpot now, which is at a fucking $100,000. So maybe we can go play some limit hold'em. Maybe we can get a little bit lucky playing some limit hold'em. You know what I'm saying? Play a little 4-8 half kill and try to get lucky one time in our life. I'm down. 4-5 is definitely going to be a fold. This guy's been playing super solid. I actually kind of want to look up his stats just to see what the deal is. Call off. Please call off. Oh, there we go. Ooh, ace. Ace. Yeah, I don't mind the call off, though. He's probably shoving lighter. Down, pocket 3s. Okay. He's a solid player. He's got some profit on him. Fair enough. He's also now the short stack of the tournament. We've been getting a lot of folds to our small blind, big blind from this guy. He's finally decided to open. Hopefully this guy just decides to gamble. And, well, that's all good. Obviously, anything that I'm opening with, I'm willing to call, you know, the 4 big blind shove. It would be ideal for him to bust before I decide to make any kind of reshove, but there's some spots that are just going to dictate themselves. And, you know, I'm definitely not willing to fold certain hands just based on one player mattering. But, you know, I might have played a little tighter in certain spots. I think you pretty much have to call here, but you don't. You might not be aware of that, and that kind of sucks. He's aware that he has to call 5 ball. 5 low ball. Oh, he was actually. If a 3 hits the river, he's actually 9-5 plays. How sick would that fucking be? I'm okay with a chop though. He doesn't increase anything except for antes, so that works. Let's look a couple of these guys up. Let's look up King Queen. He's profited a bit so far. He has some solid scores. You know what I'm saying? Only a few hundred birds so far, but it doesn't seem like he's doing anything terrible. So respect to that. Let's see what Loki is all about. Okay, King. There we go. GG, bud. Another pay jump for us, and we're going to be shoving here if it folds. It doesn't fold, so we have to just... We have 11 big blinds now, not 14. That'll update in one hand. 520 is now the min cash. We are 5-handed. And looking for a spot to double up. And then we're just going to win this tournament for 1,700. That's the plan, folks. It looks like Loki has a little profit, too. I can't hate on that. I'm going to give him the old blue mark because he has twice the volume as these guys. And a bit more profit than they do, so... Fair enough. You're able to beat this site so far. I ain't mad at you. Let's see if Too Fancy... I feel like I've seen the name Too Fancy around. I'm not sure. A little bit of profit, but way too small of a sample size. But again, nothing bad. I mean, I can't really hate. And then I guess we can even do the last guy with our 5th search. Might as fucking well, right? 7-8 of diamonds. Wow, I'm willing to defend against a min, but... I don't know, man. Standard JP, there he is. Yeah, not even enough of a sample size to know. I don't think I can fold here, getting 4-1, even though I only have 10 bigs. I think we're probably just going to be getting it in. Ooh. We actually probably aren't getting it in here. I don't really like the idea of calling off my entire stack for an over pot size bet with middle pair and a 7 kicker. I feel like there's a hands that we're ahead of that he's doing this with, but there's also millions that have us smashed, and best case scenario, we're probably flipping with a bunch of them. I'm just going to fold, try to find hopefully a better spot like I did with King 9 against Queen 9 when I had 5 bigs because I have that much heart. Here's my better spot. Right here. It comes one hand later. Because we're just going to get fold, open, shove. Oh, there we go. That's even better. I get to just rip, get my stack back up over 5, or he can call with a worse hand. Let's go. Another fold on the button. Jack Surrey of spade. Would have been happy with a little better than a min cash today at Venetian. I was aiming for top 5 because then I would have been able to upgrade everything in my living room instantly as far as couch, desk, desktop, monitor setup, so I can start Twitch streaming because I know that some of you folks probably want to see some of that stuff, and I ain't mad at you for that. So, trying to make it happen. We gonna see. We gonna see. Let's get a shove behind and a call off. Our next pay jump is $224. Let's go. And then top 3 we get we start itching around 1,000. Top 2 is $13.25 or better, which I really like the sound of. That would be really fucking nice. All right, let's hope that low-key hit this flop enough to check jam on standard, and that standard has just enough of it to call with the second best hand. I know I'm being very optimistic with these hopes, but you know you have to stay optimistic. Ooh, the small value bet. He's probably going to at least get a call. Better turn for the blinds range than. Yeah, I was just going to say it's a much better turn for the blinds range than standard JPs. And what do you know? Right on cue. Flat. Interesting. We're probably going to get shove call. If he flats turn, I mean, what are you flatting turn with for a 30-year stack that you're not willing to call off river? Ooh, I hate the river check a lot. And he has deuce 4. Wow, what a call on the turn. Turns third or second pair and calls. I like it. Well played, JP. You knew that low-key was just leading air, huh? I can't really hate on that. I wonder if I'm going to play 4-8 or do 4 tomorrow. I'll probably play 4-8 half kill. Might as well try to scoop some big pots, you know? The thing about 4-8 is you can actually, I mean, the play is just as bad as 2-4, but you can at least scoop a couple of bigger pots. If I can just put in a couple hours. It looks like we're going to be getting all the money in here. Especially right now, there are very few scenarios which lead to us folding in hand. There's now 0 scenarios that lead to us folding in hand. We get it in. We don't get called because he plays pretty snug in the blind, as you can see. Folding about 79% of the time to a steal. Hopefully he calls with like King 8. Jack 10? Ooh, would have... Okay. Yeah, now we're cool. Let's go. We get the double. Really nice flop. I would have preferred, obviously, a weaker king or queen... Queen or king... Queen calling. But... You know, that's just because usually I don't run too well in live card situations, but I beg to differ with how tonight is going. Let's see. 3-7 of clubs is going to be a monk. Someone just hit me on Twitter and said, post more vids on YouTube, yo. What a coincidence, young man. Your wish is granted. Letting them know that his prayers are answered. Let's get a jam and a call. 3x open is always awesome to see because it usually means that he's a little more inclined to call off to a jam. That just means he likes his hand a little more usually. Likes his hand but wants to just take it down on the flop. Or I mean pre-flop. Wants to take it down without a flop. That's what I meant to say. We're now technically second in chips. Only really separated by a big blind, but I'll take my ability to play an 18 big blind stack over the rest of this field who I'm very unfamiliar with. And maybe that's me being a dick. Maybe that's just me being comfortable and confident in my sub 20 big blind play compared to what I expect theirs to be. 92 bigs in play. We've got less than, was that about 20% of the chips? I like my chances. One would hope that I get the opportunity to exploit more of their weaknesses. Just hit the bed. Y'all already know. Got to pack some of this fresh OG in a second because this shit is through the roof, bruh. Yep, we're gonna go with this fireball. That absolute crap. That legendary crap. And then thank y'all for subscribing and following all of my shenanigans, especially lately, since I've been posting more content to my YouTube and such. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Trying to keep things fun and entertaining for everybody involved, including myself, through the ups and downs of it all. Kind of happy that I have these Venetian chips sitting next to me right now that I can play with, because it makes me feel a little more at home, like I'm at a table. Not really. But my chip trick game, relatively strong on occasion. I have a couple of little shuffle moves. I've Jack 6 off, obviously. We have a prime reshove stack right now, and we're just looking for spots where we can do that, accumulate, and, you know, pad this stack and move forward. That's all I've really tried to do. Pad the stack and move forward. Shout out to homie on Twitter who really enjoys these videos that I've been posting. Much respect, bro. Appreciate you, Lost Kid Pat. Shout out to you. You dig? We're going to fold the 10-8 offsuit. Let these guys go to war with each other. Us and them are, you know, separated by the one orbit, basically. And then it's clearly still anybody's game with how few big blinds are in play. And the fact that we probably have, you know, a nice advantage because of that. Blinds are probably going to go up very shortly. 2 minutes till they go up. It'd be really nice to start seeing, like, real hands. And by real hands, 5-handed, I just mean anything as good as, like, Broadway hands, any pair, any suited ace. There's many middle-of-the-road hands right now that I'd be very content with treating as raising hands. I think I actually still have enough chips, and maybe not because the big blind's about to hit me. I was going to say, if I was on the button right now, I would maybe even have enough chips to be able to open fold if I was dealt something like an ace-6 suited or something like that. I don't know if I'd be willing to just open pile my 16 bigs, but a suited ace is probably a little too strong to fold. Five-handed, and given how tight these guys are all playing, I think that I could probably either get it through or just outplay them. Take it down on the flop, take it down on the turn if I have to. Bombs away. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make it a really nice, productive Sunday. While we play some of this OG. The thing about this OG is OG. It is fire. Creeping up on break, which means that we are going to come to a close here of part 1. And I'm stoked on that because that makes it a 2-part series. Haha. Pretty unfortunate about the River 2 outer earlier in the tournament. Seeing this 8 right here on the river just reminded me of it in the Hyper Turbo. But we're having a really nice, productive day, and I can't be mad at that. So let's just let the good times roll. Break. Thank y'all for joining me. It's the Saurus, a.k.a. Drawing Board, Tournament Poker Edge Nation. Team Legendary, 2 times in the building, 5-handed, 520 for the min cash, 1784 for the win, and that is the glory that we are going for. See y'all in part 2. I'll be uploading it one day after I post this. Peace.